Alright, it's 4:20, so spark up. Alrighty. Sorry about my video from last night not dropping till this morning. I was exhausted. Ended up going to sleep. Slept for like 10 hours. It was great. But I did get a couple of requests on a new song for Nittoli Race War. These requests came from Douglas Freshy and Allison Reynolds. I am going to get to the other requests as well. But since this is a new song, might as well hop on it while it's new. And, well, the topic is the media's wet dream. I mean, that's all they push. That's why when a Jamaican lieutenant governor gets elected, it gets blamed on white supremacy. What kind of mental gymnastics they are doing to come to that conclusion, I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about Winsome Sears, but I've heard a few videos, with her plans for what she wants to do for the black community, and I feel like if she had a D next to her name, not voting for her would have been racist. But because she had a R next to her name, big problem. But let's see what Nick got to say.
Okay, so welcome to that race war. Everything they said was just to get you to go hate more. They don't really care about us out here trying to slave for money for some shit the government should probably pay for. Divide and conquer is the greatest strategy. That's why it works better if my brothers always mad at me. They laughing back behind us.
And we are very well divided, and therefore we are conquered. We're conquered by the big money interests. And they even fucking divide us on subjects that benefit them. You got all these people out there who want Medicare for all, who also want to advocate for the mandatory juice. Like, I don't think they put two and two together where if you make the juice mandatory, companies' profits are going to skyrocket, which is more money for them to give to politicians to make sure you never get Medicare for all. And then there'll also be the same people who will say, oh, if you don't get the juice, you shouldn't be able to go into the doctors. That's not how Medicare for all works. However, when it comes to Medicare for all, me personally, I don't know how I fully feel about it. I have mixed feelings. Like, the idea of it sounds great because, I don't believe in companies profiting off of people's sickness. People shouldn't be getting rich off of other people getting sick. By all means, people should be able to live, especially if they go, they go to spend a lot of money to go get them become a doctor. So doctors and whatnot, they do deserve to, make a good living, given the job that they do. But the corporations behind it all, no, that's disgusting. However, trusting a government that is captured by said corporations to implement such a thing, people were stoked about Obamacare. But what happened when Obamacare came in? all the healthcare industries, the pharma industries, all their shit skyrocketed in the stock market. Why? Because their products just got mandated. Um, and then there's just the bureaucracy behind everything. I don't know. Like I said, for me, it's a tough one. Personally, I think there should be more in school um, teaching children about nutrition. That way, we can reduce, uh, you know, people in, 40s, 50s, and 60s, having various health issues that cause them, to go early. And even cause some of these massive medical bills that, people are saying should be free. So there are other steps that we can take to gaining that healthier society. But I think Medicare for all right now, given what they're doing to all our shit, that's just gonna continue to. People are still gonna profit off it. Like when they have the government captured, we'll get a variation of it when they want it, and when they find a way to make it beneficial for them. That's why for me, decentralization is key. But I got way off topic. Let's go ahead. Keep going.
Government you probably pay for. Divide and conquer is the greatest strategy. That's why it works better if my brothers always mad at me. They laughing back behind the scenes, and you know that saddens me. Can't believe what's happening. This country's new reality is kinda like, okay, we need like Amazon playlists of only black stories, and then say that's not racist. Let me see black movies on my Hulu or Netflix, and that's your payback. 400 years disrespect. And the chains and the pain, generations of names that we gave you, like we love you.
So, since he brought up that, I don't know if I've talked about it on here yet, but black people have been wanting reparations for slavery for almost 160 years now. And they do. How it looks, I don't know. I personally, I'd even go for like a tax exemption. Like, because it's hard. Because to just give them money straight from the government, well, yeah, they're gonna get that nice chunk of change, but they're still gonna pay taxes on it. That was paid for with their taxes. Their kids are gonna have to pay back that debt. Their kids' kids are gonna have to pay back that debt. Now, if there was a way to trace some of the families who profited off of slavery and reach down to the descendants they affected, have some type of monetary payment coming from them, I could definitely get behind that. But I think a tax exemption would be best. But so they've rightfully been asking for those reparations, and Joe Biden decided to give reparations to non-American citizens who were separated at the border by Trump. So if you were separated at the border before Trump or after Trump, you ain't getting shit. But if you got separated, what are they saying, $450,000 per person? That's but he gave black people a holiday, which was symbolic. Nothing really tangible that improves the lives of people. Oh yeah, he also defunded the HBCUs. Oh wait, that's not a good thing. Um, yeah, he. But I mean, anybody who heard him talking to the black civil rights leaders in the meeting, that one that got leaked, did you expect otherwise when he was taking that tone? You know, he acted like just getting elected was doing them a favor, and well, Jim Crow Joe. Uh, but let's get back to it again. I'm getting off topic.
Raise you. White families paved the way for slaves to have names like Johnson or Smith in America today. I'm sure we're so grateful. No wonder black males between the ages of 25 and 18 are so hateful. Goddamn, I'm rageful. But let's stir this pot with emotions and cable. I say we put out a story about blacks and white and how they can't seem to stop killing each other since 1990. The numbers are staggering, man. It's almost like we went back in time with Doc Brown, who hates browns and turned our world upside down. Cause 50 years ago we looking more racist now. Okay, so welcome to that race war. Everything they said was just to get you to go hate more. They don't really care about us out here trying to slave for money for some shit the government should probably pay for. Pour honey all over my feet before you kiss it. I want this to be delicious. This an opportunity that I'm not missing. White people are on their knees, beg for forgiveness. I can't help but stick my penis out. Hope that you lick it. While that you down there, get to business. Nothing's gonna make up for your human traffic business. Slavery is something maybe that you just can't fix. Like the Jews feel about Jesus on that crucifix. I'm next up, I'm woke, like heads up, like yo, my man's up. I'm ready to get high and sexed up. Yeah, television got me feeling like my neighbor gonna kill me. Controversy gonna turn me to a topic rapper early. I know the news stopped, but I'm still spitting the truth. So hear my views. Now we got nothing to lose. Yeah, hip hop is new, but it's still one and the same. It's white power behind all of it, and niggas in chains. We haven't left the plantation. Want a sick manipulation. I want the hearts of the nation to really feel what I'm saying. Yeah, I think it's time we just stop seeing the color. Realize the whole population is just our sisters and brothers. But you know this isn't something that the media covers. So let's depend on each other and make the world follow others. Okay, so welcome to that race war. Everything they said was just to get you to go hate more. They don't really care about us out here trying to slave for money for some shit the government should probably pay for.
Yeah, that was he really hit the nail on the head with that one. I didn't want to pause it again because I had already paused it and rambled on for too long. But when he hit that line about fearing my neighbor, the news got me fearing my neighbor. And I mean, it goes for both sides. Mainstream media on both sides pushes fear. Because they know it's easier to manipulate people when they're scared. Critical thinking, fear will overtake all of it. That's why in V for Vendetta, towards the end, when Chancellor Sutler realized, people had enough, and he might have like some type of uprising, if you will. What did he say? He said, push fear. I want them to know why they need us. Or I want them to remember why they need us. Just pushing fear in the media all that time. But it was a movie, so the people were smart enough to catch on to it, and be turned off by it. Unfortunately, here in America, the majority of people, well, I don't even know if it's the majority, but there is a lot of people who, you know, I mean, look at the poll where 41% of Democrats thought there was over a 50% chance of being hospitalized from the bug. How does that happen when in reality there's less than 1% chance you hospitalized from the bug? I believe the numbers for unvaccinated people were 0.89% chance of hospitalization. Yet 41% of people thought it was over 50. Like, you can't even get out. You don't. There's not even a whole percentage. How does that fear? I have a coworker. His cousin or his aunt, you know, and his 13-year-old cousin. You know, she was so freaked out about it. The first time she went out to the waterfront and got around a whole bunch of people, she had a mental breakdown because COVID was in the air. She freaked the fuck out like it was a death sentence being out there. Which is abuse. It's abuse from our government. In the mainstream media, that's just the fourth branch of the government, the unknown branch. You know, the one that's has the guise of, you know, not being related or working hand in foot with, but they are. You know, note who all their sources are. You know, oh yeah, you know, government agents, politicians. They said it, so it must be true. They don't, you know, actually investigate. You know, so that, you know, as I don't want to say her name wrong, but the founder of Mint Press News always says, you know, they're lapdogs to power, not watchdogs for the people. And that's why we're in this position. And there's people on both sides who don't do much to help it. If anything, they, you know, make it worse. Which, I don't know. I'd hate to see it, but, you know, it's hard to ignore the way they are pushing us. But I don't know. There is hope though, especially when you see things like what's going on in New York with Black Lives Matter marching with Trump supporters against mandates. I think things like that are you know, there's signs. For me, that's a sign of hope. Because like I said, if I hadn't seen it with my eyes, you wouldn't be able to convince me. Especially after the last year. Like, who's marching with? No fucking way. But it is. You know, they have a mutual cause. And I think as things went on, you know, more and more people, especially in New York, because in New York they got to watch police arrest business owners for trying to stay open and support their family. So I mean, I don't know. That was Nittoli Race War, new song that just came out recently. Link to the original video will be in the description. Other than that, y'all have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Stay blazing.